Hi everybody, it's the Drawing Craft here. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but I have some good news. I've made some good progress in my twist tie art collection. Over the years, I've been doing twist ties quite a bit. Twist tie art in general. I would make stuff, break it down, and put stuff back together and whatnot. And for a while, that's what I did, but I didn't really keep track of it. So after a while, I decided to sort of start fresh after a while, and I kind of got rid of most of the old stuff, really. And after a while, I just started to start anew and keep track of the ones. And for a while, I had been doing stuff like just twist ties for as long as I not remember, but I'd say ever since, I don't know, I can't remember back to. Well, anyways, in the beginning, I would do stuff like, I guess just for some context with some of these, I would take like a Lego skeleton. Focus. I'm sorry if the camera isn't focusing. Hold on. Well, either way. So I would take Legos like these and attach twist ties to the ends in here and around here and basically build a suit around them, and I would take apart, put them back, and so on. Now, not all of these are Lego based, really. A lot of the older ones I had weren't really as much Lego based, with the exception of the ones that I did have skeletons. These were recent. I got these recent. Anyways, besides that, I'd like to show off my collection. Oh, and I also, I use helmets as well. Like I'd attach twist ties to the helmets and do stuff like this. So this one's an incomplete one, but you're about to see the rest of them. So this is one that I kept track of, and one that's one of my this is one I fairly really like. It's a winged guy with a suit, and he has a sword, and it's pretty cool actually. Let me put him. And this is the back. Now some of these are sort of new. Well, this one's the oldest kind of. There's a bit of, you might not see it in this, but this one's like one of the older, or a little. This one's like the oldest one. There's a bit of age in some of the twist ties, but this was kind of recent. Oh yeah. After a while, these hands were recent. I built these in the beginning they were kind of just these giant twist tie arms, but then after a while I got to these hands. A lot better and more realistic. You can bend them. This is the sword. So we'll put this guy over here for now, I think. So this one was the first one I used a helmet on. I like to call this one Flameo. If you ever watched Avatar, there's a funny joke from the series when Aang, he's going around and just, he says, Hotman. I don't know, I remember that. I also like to call this guy the Super Saiyan guy. These are his feet. So for the most part, this is how I make the feet. I will roll it back up, fold this one over here, and make it look sort of like a shoe, makeshift shoe. This guy is a little bit. Put him to the side for now. What else? So this one looks a lot more similar to the ones I used to do in the past. I would make twist tie guys out of, in some cases, just purely twist tie. And so this guy, he does look a lot similar, except you notice he has a little Lego droid. He has a Lego droid piece in the center. And so I figured out recently, this one was a bit more recent, I basically just put some twist ties around him in the little ends that I could, and just built sort of a skeleton around the guy. This one looks a lot more similar to the ones I would do. Now, I've had some of the Lego skeletons for a while, like, those Lego skeletons like the one I just showed you here. I'd build something similar to this, except without the droid piece, so it would be fully twist tie mostly. And I'd use something like a Lego skeleton, which is in this one over here, which is why it has its head. The helmets, the ones I figured out recently. This one I figured out recently. So, put that guy back. And he's a sort of, a boxer kind of. Now you notice with these dudes, this guy has, this is what I was referring to earlier. I had these arms that I would just have these long, lengthy twist tie. Hold on. I'd have these lengthy twist tie arms like these, or I'd roll them up to a hand like this. And so, you could either use them like a sword, or I guess box him, or punch. The only issue was that there wasn't really hands. It wasn't until later that I made or figured out the hand stuff with that, or fingers, or smaller ones, digits. So we'll just put this one to the back over here. And this one I made recently. I like this guy. He also has a helmet just like the one in the back. So some of them have a boxer-like hand, or little lengthy arms like those, or they'll have little finger digits, or just hands like normal. Moves a leg, arm. We'll put this guy to the back for now as well. And there's a big one near the end. So then there's this guy. Now I also I've used the Lego pieces like this guy primarily. Any ones that has like incomplete arms or anything, I was able to fashion into like this, similar to that guy over there. Although this was a full body, so I just built a suit around him and an arm. I also gave him a tail. It's hard to stand on his own. Just put him over here. And the last one I'd like to show is, I might have to actually move all of these, sorry. This guy. This guy, you might not see it right now, but he's actually fairly closely related to the first one. So how this one is, yeah, he has a colored finger, colored hand, like the other guy, and he has a ball socket sort of, or blade-like hand over here. His feet, the only flaw with him is his feet are kind of thin, but I added a tail to him as well, just for detail. This is the tail, this is the end. And just to give some sense of scope compared to the two, like I said, he's closely related to this one in that they both use a Lego skeleton. You can see sort of he's about nearly twice the height of him and twice in some dimensions as well. The arms, legs. Although the legs are a bit, for him it's thin. I need to work on that one. And so here's his back. His wingspan is much bigger than the other guy. Sorry if I have to hold him, or, yeah, you know what, that works. Yeah. Now these are sort of unrelated to the twist tie guys, but these are like weaves. So it's basically woven similar, I guess you could say, to a fabric or a basket, I guess. Well, yeah, these are more closely related to a basket, I guess. Probably a basket pattern, a weave. But unlike it, you can kind of just bend it and it will keep its sort of shape. You can bend it back, bend it again, bend it back. So you have this one. These are no particular, these weaves are no particular order, really. That one I need to work on. Now this one, just like the rest, you can fold. This one was one of the first weaves I think I ever did. Well, not this one, but the concept of it. I've done this one over and over a lot. Just like this one, you can fold it. You can even fold it around itself and make a tube. And there's this one. It's a similar pattern to this one. Now these ones are a little different. This one's a diamond shaped one. And this one is a triangle one. Just to see. And I think that's all that I have to show for now. I think in the next video, hopefully, I think I'll show you how to make something like what I do with this one here, or that big one over there. I think I'll show you in the next video how I made something similar to these, and with these two new recent skeletons. So, hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, and have a good day.